All right. Welcome everybody to another modern stream. Today we're going to be playing a donation list, and boy, do we have a spicy one. This one comes to you courtesy of the one and only Inquisitor Jesus. Jesus, thank you so much once again for your donation. Um, this is what we're going to be playing today: four-color snow control. This is a deck based off actually both Arkham's Astrolabe and Renan 6. We have a bunch of basic lands, and we are basically a planeswalker control deck with a couple of sweepers, some counter magic in the form of Force of Negation and Mana Leak, some Snapcasters removal in the form of Lightning Bolt, Path to Exile, a couple of cantrips with Opt. Ice Quaddle, this card has been pretty impressive, honestly. I've been streaming the Bug Snow deck a little bit. I played it last Friday, and I was consistently very impressed by this card. Like the fact that it's just a creature that trades with like a Tarmogoyf for a Death Shadow or something like that your opponent needs to answer. And if you have an Oko, you can turn it into a 3/3 and you can start, actually bashing for a reasonable amount of damage. And the fact that it allows you to like hold up mana, and then, if your opponent doesn't do anything, they don't play into your counter magic, you can punish them by playing a 1/1 flash threat. We have a couple of Teferis. This is like the design mistake section of the deck. I guess we could include this one in there as well. But we have some Okos and some 3 mana Teferis to yeah, just like a crew card advantage, get value, and kind of like put our opponents on the back foot. Oko, of course, I've been playing this card a bunch lately. This card's just busted. It's like the more that I play with it, the more impressed that I'm by it. So this is just pretty messed up. Like not much left to say about Oko. And Renan 6, actually, if you notice, we are playing only 22 lands in a control deck. So Renan 6 is going to be vital in helping us make sure that we don't miss land drops. Missing land drops would actually be pretty um, pretty brutal for us. So we want to make sure that we use one of our 9 fetch lands and we get to rebuy them consistently thanks to Ren in order to make sure that we hit our land drops. And yeah, the main deck is pretty straightforward. We have a little bit of everything, and hopefully it works together, and it is enabled by Arkham's Astrolabe, basically making the greediest of mana bases simply just work. We only have um, three islands as our duels and a one of Temple Garden in order to help us fix our mana, and then everything else is just a basic or a couple of Field of Ruins in order to destroy problematic lands like Tron lands and Simic Growth Chambers, quote unquote. Blink, 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 blink. So that's kind of like the idea. In the sideboard, we have some green cards. Veil of Summer against like discard and counter magic for the mirrors. Pulse of Murasa as kind of like it's gonna do a couple of different things. Number one, it can rebuy our dead creatures. We only have like 7 of them, but the most important one is that it's going to make it so we can hit our land drops, and the gain 6 life is going to be very relevant against decks like burn and aggressive strategies like that. Throne kind of like as like the mirror breaker um, to kind of like bash on control decks, just like tapping out for a Tron while your opponent is like holding up counter magic or whatever, and then like they can play the fairy or something, or even an Oko, and it just doesn't matter. Like Tron just doesn't care. And we can play around sweepers with the regeneration clause. So Tron is pretty sweet. We're gonna see how that works. The other alternative we were considering with Jesus was a Carnage Tyrant, but the fact that Carnage Tyrant is 6 mana seems like a lot of mana to tap out of. So I'm not so excited about 6 mana. 4 seems way more doable, and it does effectively the same thing. But I'm definitely like willing to try like this. This sideboard is very, as we will see right now. This sideboard is very in its early baby stages. A couple of Blood Moons, because I mean we're playing basics, right? And we're playing Astrolabe, so clearly we can support Blood Moon in our 4-color deck. No big deal. 4-color Cryptic Command deck with Blood Moons. Yep, no problem. We got this. Don't worry about it. Generous Gift. I still want to play Sigarda. Me too. when you showed me the cigar and the sideboard, it felt pretty sweet. But like the fact that we can't ramp her out, I think that's a lot to prevent its true power. Generous Gift is kind of like a catch-all. Generous Gift is it's a printing from Modern Horizons that it's effectively a beast within. It destroys any permanent, including lands. That's very noteworthy. It includes lands, and it basically uh, we can blow up placewalkers, anything that we need, and then we'll leave behind the 3/3 elephant. It I don't think that in a deck with Oko, like the fairy, Jace, like all of these things, that the 3/3 is going to be particularly relevant. It could be, but like this is definitely like the fun of the test slot that we're trying out. What we were trying to look for was something like a Assassin's Trophy, right? Assassin's Trophy would be the card that we would be interested in playing, but we're not playing black, so Generous Gift will have to do. We're gonna see how that actually plays out. One of Stony, nobody really plays artifact decks anymore nowadays, so rest in peace for the graveyard decks. Same with Surgical. I guess that Surgical also applies to combo and potentially Tron. Although like the combo against Tron is like it's pretty unlikely to happen. Like we need like 2 Field of Ruins and a 1 of Surgical. I don't know. We're gonna see how that works out. A couple of disdainful strokes and a couple of celestial purges, and that is the list. Without further ado, let's jump into. Well, that's a lot of things. Um, Wait, what? Is this real? Like, is I wonder if I'm actually qualified for this. 300 play points. Okay, so it's like a PTQ. Okay, never mind. Yep. Here we go. And let's get in there. There we go. You can read on Field of Ruin lock them. Yeah, for sure. But like that's even more of like a reason to not bring in the Surgical. It's just like it's going to be very narrow and probably not going to get the job done. And we're going to ship this hand. Unfortunately, we don't have our mana functioning. This hand does have our mana functioning, so I think I'm going to keep. And we're on the play, so I do like my lands though. Because we're gonna be missing either if I bottom any of these lands, we're gonna be missing either white or red mana. So I think I'm gonna have to bottom something else. I think I'm just gonna bottom the Snapcaster. Play Flooded Strand, pass the turn. Speaking of, right? Bad beats. Please be Eldrazi Tron instead of mono green. Hey yo. Guess we're gonna find out right now. And we're gonna get a basic, I guess a basic island. We already have blue white mana here. Okay, so we're playing against green Tron. That sucks. This is probably our absolute worst matchup, I would imagine. We kind of need to find Ren right now. Who plays Tron? Or that one. We really need to find Ren ASAP. If we find Ren exactly this turn, we have a shot. Otherwise, we might simply be just too far behind here. In fact, if my opponent's playing Baby Karn, we might already be too far behind. Ren! Yes! Oh, better lucky than good, etc., etc. I mean, you gotta know what you need, right? I guess our mono land draw might actually just work out. Oh, no more basics? Ooh. Ooh. Disabilista? That's fine. So I think I'm just gonna path this. Your skill like you play Amulet. Opponent concedes. Yes. Winning game 1 against Tron. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No big deal. Purchased. Yeah. So literally just talked about surgical extraction. I think I'm not gonna bring it. Definitely want the forces. I'm gonna shave a couple of the paths to exile. Astrolabe is kind of a necessity, so it is what it is. Cryptic, probably also necessary. Having fun turn opponent would suck if you were to get if I have Wasteland in Modern. Yeah, this is actually Wasteland with upside, right? Because I'm hitting my land drops at the same time, so it's like OP Wasteland. Pulse of Murasa I was thinking because of like getting back my Field of Ruin, but that's like it's too narrow, and it's probably gonna be too slow, especially on the draw. So I think I'm going to forego that alternative. Why no surgical? Because we only have like a couple of ways to destroy my opponent's land. And if I don't destroy my opponent's land, then the surgical doesn't do anything at all. So it seems a little bit too narrow and a little bit too hard to pull off. And I don't think I can really afford to have like absolutely dead cards in this matchup where we are already probably going to be super far behind just by definition, you know? Isn't surgical better than bolt? Bolt kills Baby Karn. So that's why I don't want to shave the bolts. Blue, black, red, green. Yeah, Fina. So you can build this deck however you want, right? Like you can splash for green. Basically, as long as you have the rug core. The rug core is the most important thing, and then you can add like you can just keep it rug. You can keep it. You can add white. You can add black. Whatever the hell you want. Cat cryptic. Okay, I can see that. Like 4 mana being too much. Colonist command field push trophy. Yeah, 100% Venus. That sounds great actually. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna go with this. Maybe like we are so bad that I kind of have to bring the surgical. The thing is that if I draw a surgical off the top, it's gonna be so bad unless I've already like done something to my opponent. So I don't think I'm gonna be bringing in the surgical. If we had like full Field of Ruins like Blue White Control does, I would consider the surgical for sure. But yeah, I don't think this deck in particular is it's meant to maximize surgical. I mean, this is a fine keep. Is it good enough? Probably not. But I'm gonna keep it anyway. Put most to 5. Okay, so they kept 5. Alright. I don't think this is my plan, though. Not yet, at least. I think I'm gonna need to fetch for a green source here and play the Quaddle. If my opponent doesn't play anything, obviously. If they have the natural Tron into something, I'm probably gonna need to just mana leak. Do I leak this? Do I leak these? I feel like I do. Forest Stair. Yeah, I'm gonna leak. The way that I win this game is exactly my opponent not hitting any more land drops. And this is actually pretty great. However, I don't think I can do this yet. So I think I'm going to use this turn. So here I can fetch Steam Vent if I need to, but then I cut myself off of blue mana. So I don't think that's a winning strategy for me. So I think I'm just going to slam the Yoko and start clocking my opponent. Next turn, I'm going to be holding up Snapcaster Mana Leak, or we can play Quaddle and do something else. Opt is also a card available to us. Okay, that's 4. What's my opponent going to do here? 4 mana for a Thought-Knot Seer. Yeah, that seems like a good target for me to Snapcaster Mana Leak. And you can see, like, I don't think this is a Blood Moon game. This game is about something else. We can actually probably go for Blood Moon this turn. Exactly. This is exactly what I needed. So we can go for Blood Moon this turn. So we're going to shock here. Red, 1, and this. Play Moon. Now my opponent cannot cast other Thought-Knot Seers. They don't have Tron, and opponent concedes. Woo! Do I know how to link Amazon Prime account here to give subs? I think that you need to go to like something in configurations, Finesse. Like in configurations of from your Twitch account. This is not a Blood Moon game. I play yeah, Clacker. But I could not play the Blood Moon. Dude, like that subscription like fail always just hypes me up so much. Thank you so much, Bomb Man, for that subscription. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold with a tier 1 sub. Thank you so much. Yeah, so what I was saying is, yeah, your logic makes sense. Just wanted to, yeah. I couldn't just play the Blood Moon hoping that it was gonna work out. That's what I meant, because like the Blood Moon was locking me out as well. So I needed to make sure that I set up my mana before I could actually play the Blood Moon. So I can't just like slam the Blood Moon on turn 3 and hope it's good enough, because I don't think it's gonna be. And note that I actually put a premium on clocking my opponent over, trying to lock them out, quote unquote, with the Blood Moon. And even the Blood Moon is just like, it's not guaranteed to lock them out anyway, right? We have Astrolabe in this hand, so we can't lose. Keep. Clearly, you just needed to top deck Vance using skill. Yeah, I mean, I was going to like opt for a land. Like we had green and blue mana floating still, so I was going to opt looking for a red source, so then I was going to play the Blood Moon. Opponent says, "Hi, good luck, have fun." You too, opponent. Let's have a good game. Oh yeah, this is a neep if I've ever seen one. Like this hand has everything I could ever want. Counter magic if my opponent is on meme brand. If they're on some kind of combo deck, we can do something about it. If we're also setting up our mana, starting from turn 1. All this stuff is great. This is not so great though. Drawing back-to-back lands, not so exciting. See what my opponent is up to over there. A Sacred Foundry. off of Windswept Heath. Well, that's something I did not see coming for sure. All right, breeding pool. For what? Young PC? Well, that's a problem. That's an answer. That's a problem. That's a solution. Sweet. We're on the same page here. Awesome. Man, this deck is great. Look at that. We have a problem. We fixed it. Easy. So easy. Viridescent Wisps. I had literally never seen this card in my entire life. Huh, so we actually have options here. I don't think I'm gonna go around to ferrying, so what I'm gonna go for it's actually just an Astrolabe. Just a Nice Funquaddle, attempting to block the Young PC. It allows me to like continue developing my mana. It replaces itself with its great, and it actually forces my opponent to do something. And it allows us to set up this Supreme Verdict. We alternatively we could have played Oko, but my opponent could have answered it. So I think that this is going to be good. Like if my opponent doesn't kill the Ice Fang, then we don't need to Verdict, which is good for us. So I'll play my Quaddle. Oh yeah, Pedro do Valle. Thank you so much for that subscription. Thank you very much for the Twitch Prime sub. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Really appreciate the support. Alright. Yeah, so now my opponent is left with 2/2/2s, which Oko can very easily handle. Unless they play... Yeah, I was going to say, unless they play something else, in which case... this is actually probably something that I will need to Wrath. So I have blue, blue... I guess white. So I'm considering whether I want to fetch or not. I'm definitely Wrathing here, but I'm trying to see what I'm gonna go get here. I think I'm gonna go fetch and not shock, so we're gonna get a basic Plains, sure. White, white, blue, 1, Supreme Verdict. Get out of here. If they play another PC, I can just run it. If they play another Arcanist, I can Teferi bounce it. Oko? Royal Science. Yeah, probably this is worth. And I think, yeah, I think I'm definitely pitching the Teferi here. Oko is going to be better than that. Huh. So I think I go double Walker here. Am I streaming Amulet later? Probably not today. I'm going to stream Amulet tomorrow for sure. Do I draw always the right answers? I guess I do. I'm drawing pretty well. I'm not gonna lie. So green, and then filter for red. Nope. Well, Astrolabe is kind of a nightmare. So filter for red, play green, play Ren, plus Unflooded Strand, play Flooded Strand, fetch for an island, green 1/1, play Oko, make a food, pass the turn. So now we have Snapcaster Wrath if we need to, Snapcaster Force if we need to. We can start clocking if my opponent plays another Royal Science, we can just start clocking it with the food. We're sitting at 10 life. If my opponent doesn't play anything worth killing, I can simply just continue gaining life, going about my business. I had to step out last round of the game 1. Did you end up beating Tron? Yeah, I did. I have no idea how, but I got there. Okay, so my opponent's playing a 5-color pile deck. Tribal Flames is a sweet card. I love me some Tribal Flames. Path is actually not a bad draw at all. So now we have Path plus Snapcaster Force if we need to, or Path plus Snapcaster Path. How much money must you have paid that they may implement the unrest in your favor for MTGO? I don't know, P1 GG. I really didn't pay anything, so that's like the best kind of payment, right? Just don't pay anything. Shuffler still favors you. It's the best combination. Yeah, so I'm basically gonna path anything and everything, right? Seems like a legit deal. Oh yeah, it is. I'll take it every time. They can fetch for basic now if they want to. Basic planes. With all the cards that they showed me, basic planes was the last one that I would have imagined they would get there. That's hilarious. I'm gonna play it tapped. And do I snap path here? I guess that I'm not using my mana anyway. Sure. So let's destroy the green land. Wow. Yeah, so it's pretty unfortunate, but I think I'm gonna need to. I think I'm gonna need to snap path this. I was trying to not get to that point because like exiling the path means that if I manage to ultimate Ren, I'm not gonna have a path in my graveyard, which I would really like to. Which I would really like to have, but it is what it is. Multi 5 double amulet hand. Now when it's it from the top and we get turn 2 kill. Yep. I mean sometimes the moto gods are in your favor, you know? You gotta embrace the times that the moto gods are in your favor and not tilt off the times that the moto gods are against you. It's the secret to playing Magic Online. Path that guy away. That's actually a nice combo, like Arcanist with an Earth, and then they can start like buying their stuff back. It's kind of insane. And the Field of Ruin is starting to do some damage here. I think the next thing to go is going to be the Steam Vents, which would cut my opponent off of blue mana. Field of Ruin doing work here. I mean, Ren is just kind of like doing nasty things right now. Maybe how you play MTGO, manipulate the randomness for MTGO. Seems I mean, it is what it is. Hey, cute bunny, how you doing? Yeah, so I guess I'm going to start attacking this guy. See what happens. So, destroy your blue source. Guess I'm going to get another basic island, I guess. Whatever. They should not have any more basics, yeah. So, Field of Ruin. I'm going to attack. And I guess that we have a bunch of sorcery speed threats. So I'm going to main phase this opt. We might find like Jace, Oko, like there's a ton of things that we can find. Okay, we found the path. That's fine. But I think it's correct to main phase that opt. And if my opponent allows me to ult this Ren, I'm gonna take it right away. And then we're gonna have like infinite forces and supreme verdicts. I don't know how my opponent beats that. Kind of want to make a Jeskai Miracles deck with Royal Silence to loot the miracles you draw that you don't want to rebuy them later with Mystic Sanctuary. That's kind of hot. I mean, it sounds sweet. Is it good? Maybe not, but it definitely looks sweet. Sounds sweet, I guess. Yeah, so here... Do I need to path end step? I guess I'm gonna. Like, I'm not using my mana with anything else otherwise. Yeah, I'm just gonna hold for more information. Force of negation, okay. Do I ult right here, right now? Or do I continue just like destroying their lands and stuff? I think I'm gonna continue destroying the lands and stuff. This might be a little bit greedy, but it's okay. Lightning Helix, my face? Like if this were going to the Ren or something, I would definitely counter it, but they're going to my face for whatever reason, which I'm very much okay with. Now Cuddle is just a 2/2 now, that's great. Like I'm at 6, I'm perfectly fine. Like I didn't need to force that. In fact, I'm actually at a virtual 9 because of this food. So I don't think that I would have wanted to force that. So I think I just path here. I think I... Actually, I think I'm going to pass the turn. As weird as this sounds. But even if I... Like, my opponent showed me Monastery Swift Spear, right? So I don't want to... I don't want to attack anyway. Bolt my face. Again, that's perfectly fine. Maybe they will plus, because they think that they don't have any other choice, and they will give Nakaro Trample. But yeah, as soon as I ultimate the Ren, this game is over, right? You see, I told you! I knew it! So not attacking would have been correct anyway. Okay. So let's see if they go face. We're gonna see how they attack. Both of them come at me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna gain 3. Then I'm going to block here. And I'm going to path to exile the Nekado. Down to 4. This ultimate's at 8, so I have time. Redundant Force is not a great draw, though. So we're going to Emblem. Start with an Opt. Pitch Misty. Astrolabe to the bottom. Opt. Pitch Misty. Forwards round to the bottom. Ren and 6. Yeah, I guess that Ren can ping the Royal Silence anyway. So we're just fine. We have double force. I don't have any more basics, though. So I need to know that this actually is going to cost me a land now, because I'm out of basics. I think that we should have this though. So I can use 1, 2 mana. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay, so it's worth it to play the second Ren. I'm gonna keep this one, and we're gonna plus return in a land. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I guess that we can force anyway. My opponent can only draw one card, so it's good for me to do this right here. Don't get any basics, but that's fine. You get to path and opt. And we get to force basically whatever they do. So we should be fine here. Can only have one card. Path to exile this. I love how my opponent is playing a Plains basic forest and they're playing the Royal Science as well. That's hilarious. Quaddle is, I guess, fine. Quaddle is a redraw. Redraw. Oko is what I'm looking for here. Lightning Bolt. I guess it's also fine. Plus on a land. Yeah, this game is under control now. Yeah, Sushi. This is another. This is another version of Amulet. I call it 4-color Amulet. Bold, bold, bold. Oh yeah, we can just like start bolding the face now. Opponent just concedes. All right, so Pulse of Murasa sounds excellent. Definitely into it. I don't think this is gonna. Even though my opponent's playing like a bunch of lands and stuff, I don't think this is gonna be a Bloodmoon matchup. I lose to ultimate, yeah, but I have one more turn before the ultimate, and I can attack it with the Quaddle, I can ping it with the Rain, and I can bolt it with the bolt that I have in hand. So, not particularly worried about that ultimate. Jace actually seems not great. Uh, Purge? Yeah, we definitely want Purge. My opponent showed me Arcanist, they showed me a Young PC, they showed me Royal Scions, they showed me Swift Spear. So I definitely want Celestial Purge, 100%. Jace seems pretty bad. I like all the other walkers. Pulse Murasa sounds excellent. I guess we leave in the Cryptic. Like it's not great, but it's my 60th card, I guess. All right. Great hand. If I had one land, I'm snapping this off. Like if instead of this there was a land instead, would have snapped that off. This hand is significantly better, obviously, and I'm going to pitch the Force. By pitch, I mean bottom the Force, obviously. Oh, my opponent mulliganed as well. It looks like mull to 6. All the rents, all the ticks. We really need to find like a fetch land or something. Hopefully my opponent taps out for a young PC on turn 2 and we get to blow them out by playing out the Ren and minus in. It's in a cattle. Land. Ugh. Ugh. So I guess I actually do want to play the Ren anyway. Like, it forces my opponent to do something. I already have another Ren. Plus in for no value feels really bad though. Just to get out of Nakatl range. I could have held a Path to Exile, but this is like gain for life basically, and use my mana better. Because if my opponent has an answer for this Astral Wave, I actually just lose the game, so my mana is kind of a mess. Ugh. That allows them to like kill the Ren without even costing them a card. That's pretty good. Land. That's like the opposite of a land. Alright, we're gonna pass now. I'm not gonna throw away another Ren. I think that throwing away that Ren was fine, but throwing away the second one is it's not what I'm into. Okay. So I'm trying to make sure that I keep my life total as high as possible. Giving them a land really sucks, but not much I can do. Ugh. I cannot allow this young PC to untap though, so I'm gonna have to do this. Unfortunately for me, this sucks. Basic Forest, Field of Ruin, Cryptic Command. This is exactly why I wanted to shave the Cryptic. This card, why is this card in my opponent's deck? Huh. Weird. Alright, whatever. Alright, ran down. Yep. Yep. White. Opt. Land. Cool. I mean, we're still in this. Still very much in this. Ajani, Color of the Pride. Huh. Well, I guess that's a modern legal card. I mean, it certainly is a modern legal card, right? -8 is the ultimate. So we're gonna get Hallowed Fountain here. Yeah. The opponent over there is jamming Naya Tradebinder. Great archetype. So Teferi minus here. That seems like the plan. Or should I Oko here? No, I can't Oko. Because they could just give it a double strike and just clear it. So I think that Teferi minus is the line. Another reason for Fry. Yep, clearly Fry would be great here. Vomit. We can purge that one. They just didn't activate a Janny. Just like the power move. Activate a Janny? Nah, I'm good. So now we have 2 Okos. So I think we use this turn to clear the board. So I'm going to Snapcaster Path the Teague and then Purge the Monastery Swift Spear. Then the Snapcaster can start clocking the Ajani, and I can safely play an Oko onto the board. Okay. So Snapcaster, Path to Exile. Path your Gadok Teague. Lightning Bolt my Snapcaster. Sure, whatever. Ugh. They have more threats? God damn. What to do, what to do. Yeah, our mana issues in the early game are really biting us right here. I'm gonna get another white source here, so in case that they destroy my Astrolabe, I can still cast my Wrath. Now what? I'm gonna play the Oko, but I can't protect it. I feel like I need to... Like, I can't allow this Arcanist to start a Corrine value, though. So I think I'm gonna need to sacrifice one Oko to clear the Arcanist there. This is not a good turn of events for us, though. I feel super far behind here. To be fair, like, just... It only takes a single Wrath to catch us back up. But this is kind of a beating. I think that nullifying this Dreadhorde is just too important. Cycle Unearth. Oh, because they can't cast it, that's why. Damn it. Alright, what is this? What do you got, opponent? Might of Alara. Damn. That's lethal. Wow. Alright, got me. Definitely was not expecting Might of Alara. Alright. Going on to game number 3. Do we maybe want Tron over Cryptic? I could see something like that. I still don't think that this is a Blood Moon matchup. Though maybe it could be. Yeah, I guess on the play I'm gonna do something like this. Let's see what's up. This hand is perfect. Love every tiny bit of it. The perfect hand. The perfect hand. Even if we draw a Blood Moon, like this, we're actually like super well set up for it. But yeah, I don't think that we want a second copy of Blood Moon. I think that Blood Moon, at most, a one-off in a matchup like this. Like, you can see how my opponent is constantly playing to the board, so you don't want to play. I want to make sure that I can catch up when my opponent gets ahead. Please no Nakaddle. Please no Nakaddle. That's the one I told you to please don't not have. What do I do here? So if I play Ren, yeah, I don't think I can play Ren on this board. Just gonna play Poggers. In case you were wondering, this was actually a good draw. Oh, look at that perfect mana base over there from my opponent. I'm gonna get a basic forest. Boom. I'm gonna tap my basic forest for white. And now Ren can start doing its job. Unless my opponent has a second Nakaddle. If they have a second Nakaddle, then I'm going to... Yep. I'm gonna need to play my land and pass. Like, basically, I don't want to just expose a Planeswalker if I don't have to. Here, though, I do have an option. I can either Snapcaster Path, or I can Quaddle and attempt to trade. I think I'm gonna Snap Path. I can still pitch the Ice Fang if my opponent plays like an Ajani or something. God damn it. I mean, at this point it's not that good though, because I can just tap this for red, green, play my Ren, plus on my land, play my land, and I'm holding up Ice Fang Quaddle for this Nakaddle. So we're still fine. Swift Spear is mildly annoying, only because it's a haste threat. And I wish that I didn't have to deal with a haste threat now here. Now we need a field. Yeah, field would be okay here. If my opponent doesn't manage to answer this, Ren and Tix. Gonna fetch for a basic island. Protecting my life total. Play a Quaddle. Steam Vents is not a great draw. Block there, block there. They can pump the Swift Spear, but it's kind of whatever. Of course, there's no point in doing anything right there. Yeah, okay. So at this point, the game should be over. So I'm gonna use this turn to play Ice Fang and purge my opponent's Swift Spear. Ice Fang is so good in this kind of matchup. It's kind of absurd. Like, the snake is so powerful. They go face. Very interesting. They're gonna bolt my snake. This is so much value for me. I guess I want to purge instead of pathing. It uses my mana better, and path also answers like all of the other annoying threats that my opponent could have. Plus on Misty. Play Misty. Play Oko. Create food. We're just in an insanely good position right here. Holding up Path to Exile, holding up Force of Negation in case my opponent plays a Planeswalker like a Jani or whatever. But they're flooding. So, yeah, so we're just going to take over. Sweet. 2-0. Over Naya, mid-range / aggro or something. Yeah, pulls would have been good that game. Just getting back the Snapcaster and stuff. Pulse of Murasa is a sweet, sweet card. I think it's extremely underplayed. Like, I don't want to say that it's the Green Colgan's command, but it kinda is. It definitely feels like every Oko-based controlled / mid-range G deck should make sure that you can it really helps you, like in the control matchups, to recruit creatures and put your life total out of reach. Yeah, and even like making you hit your land drops is pretty huge. Even against Tron, like if you're able to like field back your Field of Ruin, it's pretty sexy. I guess not so good against Tron, but definitely good against like Eldrazi Tron and stuff. White Príncipe. Ugh. This hand is very sketchy. I don't think I can keep this. This one is better. Opponent moves to 5. Eldrazi Temple. I'm gonna play Prismatic Vista first, and then pass the turn. Gonna see what my opponent does here. Alright, so we're definitely playing against E-Tron. I don't think this is worth forcing. I think I'm gonna be holding Mana Leak, though. Yeah, I'm definitely holding Mana Leak. They can like use the turn to like go get Cavern or something, but that's probably fine. And the Hallowed Fountain attack really telegraphs that I have a Mana Leak in my hand, but that's fine. This is kind of forced. My opponent says you don't play Amulet and I don't play Ponza. Ha 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 ha. That's hilarious. That's right. The last time I played against this opponent, they were playing Amulet. They were playing Ponza, sorry. And the time before that one, they were playing Tron. Yeah, so there you go. They have the Cavern. That's fine. Find a mountain. And I think now that I drew the Yoko, I'm actually going to play the Yoko right now. It's better against a Reality Smasher or something like that. And against the Thought-Knot Seer, kind of same thing. Four mana. That's Great Creator. That's fine. So we drew a land there. We're holding up Force of Negation. Do we want to spend this turn to Jace? I could Ren plus Mana Leak, but my opponent has the Cavern in play. And if they don't play an Eldrazi, I can always force anyway. So I think that we can just tap out for Jace here. And the question is whether we Brainstorm or we plus. I think I'm gonna Brainstorm. Alright, so do we want to hide something? Well, Quaddle is going to be pretty excellent, so I kind of want to I kind of want to protect the Quaddle here. So we're going to put the Fairy and the Quaddle on top. No, we're going to put the Force and the Quaddle on top. Pass the turn. So we can force, Peachin, whatever. If my opponent tries to go for Lattice or something stupid, they're going to Thought Knot me instead. But that's fine. That's not a hasty threat. And then I can just a Fairy bounce the Thought Knot, or just Jace bounce the Thought Knot if I want to, in order to kind of like time walk them a little bit. I could also Ren. Okay, the Fairy Time Reveler is what they take. Yeah. So they can continue playing this game. Oops, no, I have 6, I'm so dumb. I have 6 like an idiot. So we Ren. Then we plus on Misty. Play Misty. Create a food. And shuffle. Get a Temple Garden. Brainstorm. Okay, so put this on top. Put this on top. We really want to find like a Path to Exile kind of card. Field of Ruin would be great too. We can combo it with we can combo the field with this Ren. So opponent goes for Smasher. I wonder what they attack. Really looking for a Path to Exile kind of card. Sure. I love how my opponent knows about the Force, so this card is effectively kind of blanked by by this Force of Negation and the Mana Leak. So this goes at Ren, that's good, and this goes at Jace. So we can't protect the Jace, unfortunately for us. But we can, and we are going to protect the Ren. Quaddle is death touching, obviously. So bye-bye Jace. Draw a card. We knew what we were going to draw, which kind of sucks. It's pretty bad, but it's fine. Another Quaddle is actually not bad. Get back Misty, play Misty. We can Elk the Smasher. Sounds pretty good. I wonder why my opponent did not plus there on the Ratchet Bomb. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. This game is pretty damn interesting. Very interesting. Attack Ren, attack Ren. Hello. I'm a snake. And they already used their card, so I'm gonna play a second snake. And I'm just gonna trade with both. Oh yeah, that's exactly what I was hoping for. Boom, boom. Let's trade a little bit over there. Still have a bunch of things to do. Okay, that could potentially be a problem. Whatever they do, we can force, as long as it's not a creature. Walking Ballista would be annoying. It is a Walking Ballista. Yep, it is a Walking Ballista. Okay, so we're gonna need to path that, actually. Gonna fetch, we'll get a red source. Comes into play tapped. Renan ticks. Interesting that my opponent did not play the Walking Ballista pre-combat. They would have been able to ping both Quaddles. So path main phase forces the action. We're gonna do some pinging, that's fine. They're probably gonna take the land here. Yeah. Now we're gonna plus on Vista. Play Vista. Make food. Yeah, I would really, really love to see a Field of Ruin. Gonna put a counter on Blast Zone. And now they can blow up Ren or Oko, whichever one they choose. Ha, they minus. Okay. For Mycosynth Lattice? So I'm gonna Cryptic bounce, counter bounce the card. This means my opponent can replay it, but that's fine. Counter target spell, return target permanent to its owner's hand. Wait, what if we... What if we just bounce the card? Nah, I'm just gonna counter bounce. Counter target spell, return target permanent to its owner's hand. Blue, 1, 1, 1, 1. This also means my opponent was expecting that I would force it, because that would make it so they can just minus again next turn to get the lattice again. But I think this is better. My opponent can recast the card, but we can just force it. So plus on Misty Rainforest. Play Misty. Plus on food. Now we have Snapcaster. Dismember. Yeah, that's good. We have Snapcaster Counterspell for Karn. I guess they're gonna tick up the Blast Zone, so they want to clear the Oko. I guess it makes sense. They drew a Thought Knot. Ugh. Oh, Smasher is fine. One, two, three, four. So I cannot mana leak the Karn. So I think I just let this go and then I Yelk the Smasher. Or I can Snapcaster Path. Yeah, I guess I just Snapcaster Path and then I can just Force of Will the Force of Negation the other guy. Yeah, so we're gonna do that. So Snapcaster, Path to Exile, Path, Smasher, Pitching, Prismatic Vista. We can still hardcast Force of Negation. Sure. Oko down. Oko was at 14. That's hilarious. Prismatic Vista. Attack. We don't have removal though. Cast Force of Negation. Nice. That's exactly what I needed. All right. So now we can. Actually, I'm gonna destroy one of the Tron lands here. Seems more annoying. Getting the Cavern of Souls is pretty tempting too, but I think that denying my opponent Tron is going to be more relevant. Plus some Field of Ruin. And I guess we're going to serve with Snapcaster. We can Snap Force plus 1 mana leak. I guess I chose the right one. Sweet. Alright, what is this? Natter Shaper. Unbeatable. Straight up unbeatable. Just can't beat it. Why even try? So we're gonna ult here. Gonna play a second Ren. Now we have Infinity Cryptic Commands. And they should prompt a concession soon enough. Going after Ren. Going after me. Take it. I don't want them to draw a card. Another Reshaper. Yeah, we're gonna Cryptic this. Counter spell, draw a card. Jace is a fine draw there. Field that. I guess my opponent just going for the clock line now. Trying to clock me out. So we're gonna play Jace. We still have Cryptic Command mana. We're just gonna go for the plus. No. Keep that on top. And now I'm gonna trade. Now that I know that they're drawing a blank. So they can only draw a single relevant card here. Versus Tower. Yeah, alright, so they whiffed. Alright. Oof, I actually don't have no fetches. I should have counted. I didn't notice that I actually drew my breeding pool. That was pretty bad. That's hilarious. All right, it doesn't really matter. Like I'm gonna go for the J skill, but I'm sure. I guess I should have fielded before. Have the power plant. Okay. So get your power plant. Sanoko. Okay, that's a much faster clock actually, so we're gonna do that. Making sure that my opponent put in the bottom. No. You get to draw that one. Alright. We're actually gonna finish this game pretty quickly. Plus and field, play field, field your tempo, Jace minus. Actually, I guess I'm gonna put that one on the bottom. And step, discard mana leak. Yeah, we got this game locked up. My opponent is just trying to milk the clock a little bit. It's just kind of whatever. Like, I would rather they concede, obviously. Would just save us all so much more time, but I don't think it's wrong for them to not concede. Cryptic, counter draw. All right, GG. Game 2. The deck feels awesome. I'm having a ton of fun right now. And it's actually quite powerful. Like, whenever the only game that we lost so far was because our mana didn't function, which honestly seems like the deck's biggest problem, right? Like, the mana is kind of a mess, but that's just like the way it is. Like, we are playing so many big cards, and we can't. I mean, we just have to make them fit all somehow. So the mana not working seems like one of the easiest ways that we die. So yeah, it definitely has been working out pretty fine. I actually don't like Blood Moon against Eldrazi Tron. I don't think it's very good. Our sideboard does not seem very well suited for E-Tron. Playing a little loosey goosey. Like, yeah, I mean, we're like so stupidly far ahead. It just doesn't matter. Like, we just want to. Like, my opponent is only not conceding because they want me to use up my clock in order to potentially like steal a win because we clock out on game 2 or 3. So like at that point, like I can make like 10 mistakes and I'm probably gonna win anyway. So I just want to make sure that I just kill my opponent in the quickest possible fashion. So I want to make my decisions quickly, and even if I don't make the most optimal decision, it's fine. Like it's more punishing for me to let the clock run out than it is than the opposite. You know, than to make a mistake that's probably gonna go unpunished. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this. No Helix, weird. Yeah, we could play Lightning. I mean, there's just so many cards, right? but both white, like we're base blue-green, right? So both white and red are splash colors. So having a card that it's literally it requires both of our splash colors in order to be cast is kind of a thing. Phil, with that tour one sub, thank you so much. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Really appreciate the support. Um, so this, I guess I'm gonna shock on turn one, and I'm going to opt. Well, that's a chalice. We gotta counter that one, unfortunately. Do we need to counter it? Yeah, I feel like we need to counter. Well, now that we know that we're gonna draw a Snapcaster, we kind of need to counter it. And I'm gonna pitch the Metallic. So we're gonna fetch a blue source here. This can fetch Steam Vents if we need to. Matter Reshaper, unbeatable. Snow Cover Island. Nice. Actually, I really like doing this. It's pretty good tempo play. And now I'm not gonna attack with the Quaddle. I don't think the 1 damage is gonna be relevant. And if my opponent wants to like play a Smasher and attack my Teferi down, that's fine. I'm okay trading. Oh, actually, this doesn't Death Touch yet. My bad. I should have attacked. My bad. I messed up. 100% should have attacked. Ren. Huh. Well, I think I can't play Ren this turn because I would need to shock. So I'm not into that. But I'm probably gonna end step. Play Quaddle. Block. Down to 7. Down to 6 of the fetch. Reshaper resolves. Relic. That is actually kind of annoying. So tapped Steam Vents. Let's go through the easy order of business. Plus some Prismatic Vista. Maybe my opponent will crack. They don't. Quaddle down, you got me. So now that they attack, I'm going to path the Reshaper. Another Reshaper. Okay, it's fine. Seagate Wreckage is mildly annoying. This is Chalice. Oh. No, that's okay. They're just trying to empty their hand, I guess. Yeah, sorry that I am not paying attention to chat here. Like my opponent already has shown the determination to try to go for the time you out plan. So I want to make sure that I don't get cheesed out by that, you know? So they make me exile. I'm going to exile the force. Then they're going to crack. And I'm going to flash in a Snapcaster and I'm going to path the Reshaper. Want to make sure that I get this value guaranteed. So now we still have a fetch land. 2 fetch lands actually. They drew a Smasher. That's really annoying. I'm gonna have to generous gift it. So, oh, the Plains in play. Oh, that's brutal. So I need to shock in order to generous gift. Ugh. All right, so Island, Hallowed Fountain. And I think I'm gonna need to actually discard a real card here. Probably the Jace. Block there. Because I don't want to die to like a random Ballista. So now we're gonna bounce the Elephant. Quaddle is a nice draw. We might be able to get there. Counter target spell, draw a card. Yes, again, sorry that I'm not paying attention to chat, but I'm just trying to play quickly. Again, my opponent has shown that they want to try to time me out if possible, so I just don't want to give them the chance to, you know. So we're gonna play Astrolabe. Verdict is not a great draw. Another Astrolabe. Yeah, so we are. If we survive this turn, we should be good. My opponent has this turn to find exactly Walking Ballista, which they might have. Karn the Great Creator. It's actually okay. Oh, it can minus to get a relic actually, so it's not that okay. Never mind. If I were my opponent, I would definitely go for a relic here. Biting Needle. Okay. Gonna name Ren. Oko is nice. Oko is nice. So now I can 1, 2, 3. Oko. Do this. Emblem Ren. And attack with 1. I'm holding this line in hand so I can Cryptic. And pass the turn. Sure. Sky Sovereign Flagship. Does this matter? Target creature or planeswalker on opponent's control. I guess it actually does matter. Get an island. Cryptic, counter target spell, draw a card. So if one of their last 2 remaining cards is a Walking Ballista, I'm gonna die. And if they don't have it, I'm probably gonna win this game. Sweet. So now we can get out of ballista range. Blue and green, play Ren. Going to pull. I guess that we can. I guess I'm gonna actually do Field of Ruin next turn. Plus on Teferi. Hold down blockers. Pass the turn. So we have Force of Negation, Double Verdict. We have Cryptic. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're gonna force. Again, dead to the list. I guess I'm not dead to the list anymore because of the food. Nice. Yeah, I'm holding up food mana. Yeah, so we can just crack the food and now let the ballista resolve. And now we can. Yeah, I guess we instead just pass the ballista. My opponent is gonna probably ping the Ice Fang. Yep, but that's fine. But by using the path, it allows the Ren to rebuy a land, which gives me something else to trigger to be destroying my opponent's stuff. Definitely interesting blowing that up ASAP. Gonna plus on Oko. I guess I can play one of my lands. I'm gonna be probably crypticing only a single thing. And I guess I could have Teferi minus on the Astrolabe, that's fine. Mystic Forge, yeah, that sounds like something worth countering and drawing. Ren Ultimate, man. Oops, again I forgot that I drew all my lands. Sweet, good to know. Field of Ruin. I guess the Tron doesn't really do anything. I'm gonna create another food token, minus and Lave. Replay Lave. Another Oko, sure. Whatever. Okay, so my opponent has Tron now. Gonna eat one food and guess I'd rather hold it in hand. Field of Ruin, play field, fill you of Tron, get my last basic. We're at 6 now, so we can start attacking. 3U with the food. I'm gonna plus and 0 cards in hand. Sure, so I'm just gonna double up on the clock. I'm gonna keep this one. I'm gonna create a food and pass it on. Again, I'm playing pretty loose here because we got to a point where we were in the game prior where my opponent is just trying to time me out because that's literally their only available line. So I'm just playing looser than I would in a situation. I mean, I still have 5 minutes, so I'm definitely not timing out. Oh, whatever. Alright, so we're probably gonna just discard a Supreme Verdict here. Clean out, discard Verdict, pass the turn. All right. This should be a clear 3-0. Cryptic command, counter spell, draw a card. All right, there we go. 3-0. All right. All right. So now I can catch back up with chat. Um, it's look up 100% anyway. Yeah, for sure. No, the first person is just this isn't even the list I had tested last night. I added bolts and generous gifts from yesterday. Yeah, bolt hasn't been stellar so far, but it is, and it's something that Jesus actually pointed out when we were talking before today's stream, and it's the fact that if you look at this, we actually really struggle dealing with planeswalkers unless we force of negation them on the way down, or we cryptic them or mana leak or whatever. So unless they get countered on the way down, this hand is excellent. I'm gonna keep it. Then we actually do struggle a lot to answer planeswalkers on the board. So that was the reason why we had Lightning Bolt, basically just as a way to help clock the Planeswalkers, because Icefang Quaddle does annoy Planeswalkers, but it doesn't really, kill them. It just bothers them for long enough to till you try to take over with yours. But if you are like facing some kind of Planeswalker style deck, it could be problematic. Huh. So I think we play land and we pass the turn here. Holding off Ice Fang, of course, because of the Astrolabe, these Ice Fangs actually do have Death Touch. But I guess it depends if they go for turn 2 Freebooter, which would be pretty annoying. They don't. Alright, good. It kills Narset. Yeah, it also kills Karn right after it minuses. And one of the sideboard considerations that Jesus actually brought up was Fry. Fry answers, I guess, most of the potentially problematic walkers. So it is definitely nice. It is definitely a nice sideboard thing to consider. Definitely taking my trade here. And here I could minus on the Charming Prince. I think I'd rather just hold up another Ice Fang. Actually, I should have played the basic forest there, because if I'm missing on a shuffle with the Jace. I am thinning, but I'm also missing on a Jace shuffle, so I think that the Jace shuffle would have been more important. So this is probably what? Reflector Mage Hardcast. Huh. Alright. We need some Helix in this list. I mean, do we though? The way these games have played out, we haven't really needed any Helix. Here, as long as I'm keeping the... As long as I'm keeping everything under control, I think I'm happy with this. Here, I am going to... So I'm going to do this. I'm going to play Teferi. I'm going to minus on the Reflector Mage. And if they have Mantis Rider, then I'm going to path it. If they just replay the Reflector Mage, I'm just going to untap. And then I'm going to do the same thing next turn, except that I'm going to play Jace minus on the Reflector Mage and then make the same play I just mentioned, where I just hold a Path to Exile for a hasty threat, but I just basically leave everything else go. But are they not gonna replay the Reflector Mage? They have to. They need to clock me somehow. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. Alright, so we're gonna make the same play that I just mentioned. So we're gonna plus here. Then I'm going to Jace. And I'm gonna Jace bounce the Reflector Mage, holding a Path to Exile for a potential hasty threat. My opponent can only cast one of those hasty threats anyway. So we should be pretty much locked up at this point. We're gonna untap with both Teferi and Jace, my sculptor, so also holding up Cryptic Command. So I certainly feel pretty comfortable in my current situation. Yeah, so they do play the Reflector Mage. That grows the champion. I don't think I need to path yet. Oh, yeah. Oh, these are the goodies. These are the goodies. So we're gonna put both of this back. Yeah, Marshmallow. The Astrolabe just filters, so I can basically leave anything up, and it's gonna be fine. So we're gonna do. Yeah, for sure, Marshmallow. Always questions are always welcome in this stream. So we're gonna filter for red. Gonna pay green and play Ren. Gonna plus on the Vista. We played our land this turn, and we're holding up a Quaddle plus Path to answer both of my opponent's threats here. So we're looking pretty good. Filthy standard player. Well, good. You're seeing the light though. That's what's important. You're making an attempt to move towards modern, and that's a great thing. That's an awesome thing. You want them to think you don't have white as most exactly. It's like it's a very very like minor thing, but nevertheless it's a very real thing anyway, right? Like it's just something that your opponent just might legit forget. Like same thing right here, right? So I'm going to after my opponent declares their attackers, they can attack whatever they want. I don't care. Now I'm gonna shuffle away the 2 cards that I put back with Jace because they're bad, and I'm gonna get like a Steam Benz is fine. So I'm gonna do gonna filter with Astrolabe for green and play Ice Fang Quaddle. Oh, nice. Yeah. Gonna block there. And after I declare my blocks, I'm gonna path. And I'm doing this after blocks because my opponent could Phantasmal Image and just copy the Reflector Mage to bounce my Ice Fang Cuddle. So I definitely want to make sure that the creatures are blocked before I make my move. Alright, sweet. Got there against the humans. Moving on to game 2. Mana Leaks and Forces of Negation. I guess Force of Negation is just worse than Mana Leak. Actually, am yeah, I think I'd rather have Stony Silence than Force. Mana Leak is really, really bad. Yeah, so we have a bunch of really bad cards. Fortunately, our deck is just like overall pretty good against them, but we have a ton of really bad cards. So I think I am into the. I might into just bring in Celestial Purge to kill Freebooters and the Mantis Rider. Blood Moon on the draw seems pretty bad. I'm not into it. Just in general, I'm not a big fan of Blood Moon against humans. It's just like it's better than all of my other cards though. Like the 15 cards that I have now right now in my sideboard seem horrendous against humans. So I'd rather have the Blood Moon than all of the other ones. But I don't like Blood Moon against humans. I don't like Stony at all. I would side in Purge and Gift. I don't think Gift is very good. And I agree with you on the Purge. That's why I brought it in. But Stony Silence is a way to answer a resolved what's his name? A resolve Vader Vial, my bad. Do I keep this in? My opponent kept 7. I think I need to ship this. This is much better. Keep And double Path to Exile, Snapcaster. I think I'm just going to bottom the Oko here. Going on the removal plan seems better. Oko is serviceable against humans, but it's not particularly awesome. When your opponent is going wide and they're actually clocking you at the same time that they're disrupting you, Oko loses a lot of its power. Prismatic Vista is actually not a bad draw there, so it allows me to Flooded Strand on one. I can fetch for a Breeding Pool, or I can fetch. I guess I can fetch for a Hallowed Fountain. I would need to fetch for basic planes if I want a path. What is this, Thalia? Okay, so I guess that we are going for a Breeding Pool then. Shocking there is not something I love, but it's something that I kind of have to do. So I think I'm going to use this turn to path, and then I'm going to untap and have access to Snapcaster Path. These Ice Fangs are not threatening yet, right? So our opponent's probably going to scry here, and then I'm going to mess up their scry. They should have done this second main phase, because now I'm going to mess up their scry if they want to get a path, get a land from this path to exile. Because I'm definitely pathing the Thalia here because of what I explained earlier. So if they want lands, now they basically the Charming Prince was a 2-mana 2/2. This deck is late. Oh yeah, this is Jesus's concoction right here, and it's been pretty impressive so far. So now we can get to pick what's best for us. Oh, Mantis Rider. Oh yeah. So if my opponent just right click attacks all, I'm just gonna call this one over. We're gonna get a 2-for-1 with the Snapcaster. Oh yeah. Oh, this is a good turn. This is a good turn for us. Oh yeah. Path to exile the Mantis Rider. Trade with the Charming Prince. Board completely empty is exactly what we want. Going on to turn 4 with the board completely empty is just gas. Doing super good here. And because I have 2 Ice Fangs, they actually are death touchy, which is sweet. Gadok Teague. That stops like 2 cards in my deck. It's gonna be a Reflector Mage. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna Quaddle first. I'm gonna see what we draw, because I'm looking for another land to make sure that these Quaddles are death touchy. So this approach is pretty bad. So I think I'm just going to fetch for a red source, just in case we draw a Wren. Whoop. Red source. There we go. And I'm not gonna Quaddle here, I'm just gonna opt. Supreme Verdict is interesting, but we can't cast it, so I'm gonna bottom. Also, we're doing pretty well already, so... Play a Vista and pass the turn. My opponent cannot really attack here. I mean, they can, but it's probably not gonna be very good for them. Champion of the Parish resolves. Like, the fact that literally every single one of our removal spells just drew us a card, it's pretty awesome. Okay. I'm gonna let this go, because they are gonna Reflector Mage, and then I get to Ice Fang in response. And then we're gonna get to recast this Ice Fang, and it's gonna draw me another card. This is not a great play for my opponent, I don't think. The second Purge. Alright, so now this resolves. But this iFang is going to draw me another Phantasmal Image. Okay. I mean, if they want to copy another Reflector Mage about this again, I'm ecstatic about this. This is so good for me. My opponent just drew me 2 cards for no reason. Search for basic forest here. And I think I'm just going to Path Fatigue. Just in case I draw one of my big dudes. Like if I draw a Cryptic, or if I draw a Supreme Verdict. Because even though I bottomed one, I just shuffled, so... Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Bring me the snakes. Bring me the snakes. So unless my opponent has a Meddling Mage for Ice Fang Quaddle, we're looking pretty good here. Yeah, Verdict would have, of course, been our absolute best draw. But we're still doing fine. If we draw a Renin 6, that would also be great. They play a Lieutenant. I mean, why are they can't really be tilted? Like, they know what's coming, right? It's not really a surprise. I mean, they're just piling up a ton of damage over there. I mean, 2 of the cards that I drew are blanks, right? So they're gonna deal 8 damage here. Stop properly. So we're gonna play your first iFang. Draw nothing. Second Ice Fang. Draw more nothing. Yeah, I mean, my opponent's gonna get to deal me a fair amount of damage here. It would be nice to draw like a Red and 6 or something, so we can like ping these dudes and they die. Yeah, I mean, we're just drawing a bunch of blanks, so... Yeah, I mean, Verdict? Nope, we just drew nothing. Huh. I really was not expecting to lose this game. The top of my deck was definitely not generous to me, while the top of my opponent's deck, like, they drew exactly 3 lands and everything else was just gasoline. While I drew a little bit too many lands and I didn't see any, literally none of my planeswalkers, and so 2 dead removal spells. Yep. It's kind of brutal, yeah. I really did not expect to lose that game. Yeah, exactly. We just have so many good draws. Yeah, maybe we should have just like assumed that I always want to keep Verdict or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Celestial Purge also look horrendous. The thing is that Mana Leak also looks horrendous. Maybe now that I'm on the play, I want the second Blood Moon over the Purge. The thing is that we don't really have that many ways to answer Astrolabe, to answer Aether Vial, right? So, alright, this hand is pretty good. I'm gonna keep it. 5-0 Dream is still alive. Yep, that is true. Fetch land would be great. No fetch land. That's fine though. Can't even cast Ren. Brutal. I definitely want to counter it because I need to find land number 3. Yeah, as you see, like, Blood Moon is not great. Like, we're gonna need to ping this Noble Hierarch. Look at that death touchy boy. Oh yeah. The touch of death is coming my opponent's way. If they attack, I'm snap blocking. Oh yeah. No. Keeping my opponent behind on mana seems very exciting to me. Land. Come on. Well, this Stony Silence is definitely not looking good. We can bolt this Thalia to keep our life total up. Any fetch land would be the best draw for us. Like, any fetch land probably just wins the game. I think that this Ren can easily take over. Ugh. Okay. So my opponent can take the bolt here, and that would force... So I can bolt here. My opponent gets to look at my hand, but they can't do anything about it. Or I can just let the freebooter resolve and bolt the Thalia. I think I'm going to bolt the freebooter. Just because I want to delay giving my opponent a land for as long as possible. So it looks down one card on the battlefield seems strong to me. Opponent didn't attack. Fetch land. Or 4-drop, sure. Charming Prince. Will I need to pass the Thalia here? I really don't want to. My opponent is really struggling to find a land. But I'm super bottlenecked on mana here. Ugh. Yeah, I think I need to pass the Thalia actually. It really sucks. Like, I really wish I didn't have to, but I'm like super bottlenecked on mana. Also, Blood Moon Path to Exile combo deck, the classic. Please, a fetch land. That's not a fetch land. Just gonna bounce. It really sucks to bounce my opponent's Charming Prince, but yeah, I need to hit my land drops. I think it's what I have to do. I cannot just Ren and plus on nothing. That seems like pretty bad value for me. Yeah, it does cost Ren, but like Ren is not giving me value. Like, I really need to get value from this Ren. So I really want to draw into a fetch land ASAP. We can Moon now, that's for sure. In fact, my opponent's freebooting now. They might be forced to take the Blood Moon, actually. Why not plus on our own Lave? Because then my opponent just like attacks the Teferi, and I want the Teferi. Like, I have removal spells in my hand, right? Like, I can keep this Teferi around if I want to. I could have plus on my own Lave. I'm pretty well aware of that. But I'm trying to keep my life total as high as possible, and the way to do that is to make sure that I can just try to make the board as clear as possible. I could even Jace minus next turn. We have enough cards in hand anyway as well. Yeah, exactly. You know, it's just I just need lands. If I hit my land drops, I'm gonna be fine. I wonder if my opponent actually goes for the moon here. Then I guess that Path to Exile would be the best thing for them to take. They take the moon. Okay. Maybe they have a meddling mage here? That would make sense. Oh, Charming Prince again. Okay. I could Jace Plus. One card on the bottom, one card on top. I could Jace Plus. Ugh. No fetch lands. I think I'm actually gonna Jace Plus. They kept on top, and this helps Thalia. I'm okay with them drawing a Thalia. I don't know why my opponent kept that on top with the Charming Prince. Why not Path Moon? I could have Path Moon, but then my opponent can still cast their spells, right? Like, I'm giving them a basic. So, like, the only bad thing that can happen here is my opponent has Thalia plus Thalia's Lieutenant. Because the Thalia I can just ping with the Ren, right? Oh, I guess it is also pretty bad. Mantis Rider. I'm very surprised that my opponent has a Mantis Rider in hand. Like, I would have expected my opponent's if they had a Mantis Rider, that it would be in play already, like, a long time ago. Okay, so they're gonna kill the Jace and they're gonna bring the Fairy down to 1. Yeah, this is, like, terrible for me. Wrath. Yep, I know, this really sucks. I know. Our draw has been super awkward this game. Like, actually was literally our mana fixing, and we had to we had to turn it into an elk. Feels bad, man. We'll win Path Moon. Yeah, but again, like, you're pathing, and my opponent would have been able to do everything that they wanted to do anyway, right? So, like, Path doesn't really do much right here. Moon doesn't really do much, and this is why I don't like Moon in the matchup. It's just like, I can Moon my opponent, they can still literally cast every single one of their spells. So, like, what am I really achieving? They took it for a reason. I mean, yes, but, like, it's also, like, super awkward for me. Moon stops Rider 100% of the time. How does it stop Rider when I'm giving them a plains? If I path this, I'm giving them a plains. That is what you guys are missing. I know because of the previous game that they have an island and a plains. They have a basic plains and an island. So they can still cast Mantis Rider and the Blood Moon. And that is exactly my point. Blood Moon turns this into red cards. Into red lands, right? So they have access to red mana. They struggle with everything else. So you guys are just, like, missing what the card Blood Moon does. Alright, so my opponent is super afraid of the Blood Moon. I don't understand why. So both of them come at Oko, so I'm gonna just chomp there. We really need a Wrath here. Wrath? Redundant and castable, you mean? Sure. Have not seen a cantrip, have not seen a fetch land, not seen quaddles, no snapcasters. I'm planning on cracking this food. So Stony is just not doing anything here. And if I draw another one of my Jaces, I can shuffle it away. Like Stony is not doing until I see a native vial from my opponent. I don't want to play out the Stony Silence. Again, Stony Silence is here because my sideboard is horrendous against this matchup. So fried for the side. But I mean, we would be in the same situation here, right? Like we can't cast a fry anyway, right? We just didn't see a red source. We didn't see a like otherwise I would have been able to play the Ren there, paying the Thalia. Like I can start getting traction. But it's just like we have not seen a land all this time. Like we have not seen a fetch land. Every single one of the lands that we drew is not a fetch land. So we were not able to find a red source. Like Ren answers Meddling Mage. Ren would have started like drawing me lands, making sure I hit land drops. It's just my draw has been bad. Like the deck was awkward. This is like the first time we had actually for a while. Yeah, it was for a second there, but yeah, like the story of this game is not. I don't think there were like any mistakes or anything like that. I feel like I assessed the matchup in the proper way. It's just a matter of like the draws were super awkward. And we're still. I mean, we just need to draw a Supreme Verdict and we just win, right? Like so, we still have outs. Yeah, we didn't really have a chance to Ren. Like everything was just like super awkward this game. Like the entire game was extremely awkward, and I don't think there was much that we could have done about it. Yes, my opponent should have named Supreme Verdict with either one of these, or at least Path to Exile or Lightning Bolt. Now that they've seen both, even Snapcaster Mage would have been a better name than Icefang Quaddle. Combo. Sure. I mean, we're in the same spot. Like, if I draw a Verdict, I actually feel super heavily favored. Verdict. It's not a Verdict. No, I guess it's better to play like this. We're taking 2 here. Make a 3/3. And I can Teferi this, but if I Teferi this, then I can't draw a card. So I think I'm just gonna Teferi the champion. Because I really want to draw a card. Alright, there's a green source. A red source, sorry. That we've been waiting for this entire game. Deferring the champion seems like just the correct play. Seems like the only correct play to make in that situation. Oddly enough, Reflector Mage would be okay right now. But yeah, but now all of if my opponent wants to attack, they would be chump attacking with at least one creature. Verdict off the top would win this game. Like again, we still have outs. We're still in this game. It's not like we're just dead. We're still in here, but it's just very awkward. Like if this is a Reflector Mage, oddly enough, yeah, damn it. Yep. Yep. Again, still same situation though. Verdict off the top, and we can win. Also, how is my opponent 10 minutes behind me on clock? Like, how is this even possible? $5. Alright, we got one chance to verdict. One turn. We can do like the Nasif, organize the lands. This actually does not do it because it costs 2, which would have negated the verdict mana, and it would have also we would take damage from the Kambal. All right, so we died. It took until turn 9 before we were able to find a red source with 2 red and 6s in our hand. We never found a fetch land, and then like yeah. Yeah, we can elk the Kambal, but then the Astrolabe costs 2, right? Yeah, so there's 2 things that are stopping us from Astrolabing into a verdict. So like we either die to the Kambal triggers, or we make it so the Thalia just taxes us and we're dead. I guess I would want to see anyway. Just pay to see, like in poker. All right, verdict. All right, GG's. We still had outs. That entire game we had outs. I guess that game 2 we lost it when I bought on that supreme verdict that in hindsight maybe I just shouldn't have. We shouldn't have fetched end step. How come? Would that have made a difference? I mean, that's just like I didn't scry anything to the bottom the entire game, so it's actually strictly correct for me to thin there, I guess. It also saves me the damage. So like you can't think, oh, I didn't draw it, so if I had fetched, then it would have worked. That's not how it works. This hand is nice though. Opponent moves to 5. Oh, we could have tapped at 5 and could have Okothalia. Yeah, I mean, I guess like we didn't draw. We didn't know that we were going to get the Astrolabe, right? Hmm. Just play tap land and pass. We can opt end step, obviously, because of Astrolabe. Okay, so we're playing against some like black green non-shadow deck. Yeah, it's just Jund. Tarmogoyf. Bolted. I guess I'm gonna play the Prismatic Vista and pass the turn. Oh, they don't do anything? Sweet. Opt. Bottom that, I guess. Do I want a Jace? I don't think so. I'm just gonna hold up mana. I'm holding up Hardcast Force of Negation here for a potential Liliana or something. Like if my opponent continues missing land drops, like we're just in an insane spot, right? So I think I'm gonna go after the green source here. Yeah, so now they don't have green. Opponent concedes. Snap off that Jace Plus. Just snap it off. Snap off that Jace Plus. With Force of Negation in hand, I think we were looking pretty good there. These are all good cards. Celestial Purge, thank you very much. I actually don't think I like Blood Moon now that I think about it. This is good. Force of Negation. I don't want to 2-for-1 myself against Jund. Counter Magic is not great against discard spells. Something like this. I think that the Rest in Peace is not that good. First of all, we have Path to Exile to Alcer Goyfs, so we kind of have that covered, quote unquote. And also, I feel like the value that we get from Snapcaster Mage is more powerful than my opponent's graveyard synergies. So yeah, they had to have Lily. That's the only reason why they would get a black source there over the green source. Was very unfortunate not draw a single fetch and actually be stuck on 2 lands for a while. The keep looked amazing though with removals, runs, and yeah, I think it was definitely a keep. Like I'm not regretting the keep. It's just like the deck just didn't function, which is it's something that's bound to happen, right? We're playing a 4-color deck. Lands and spells. Yep, I keep this one. Just gonna bottom one of these 2 paths. We're gonna be taking a ton of damage this game though. Nice. So we can do steam vents, then Rem Plus. That seems like the line that we're going to take. Let's see what my opponent does here. Veil stops Lily ult. Yeah, it also stops Thoughtseize. Yeah, Veil is fine against Jund. We think that snap value is better than Goy for N6 scopes. I don't know what scopes is, but yes, I think that Snapcaster is better than all of that. We can do better than a basic forest. And we're gonna Ren and minus on this Bob. And that's kind of GG's. Brutal. Woo! Alright. That's a way to do it. My opponent has their own Ren. We have Celestial Purge and they don't. That's a Prismatic Vista. Guaranteed value. Then I'm gonna go with a basic Plains. Just purge that. So now even Liliana just doesn't really do anything at all, right? This is gonna be Bloodbraid though. Bloodbraid is certainly good. Who still plays Bob? Well, people are not really playing Ren and 6, right? And when you're not gonna get Ren and 6, like if I had to path my opponent, oof, gross. Well, I mean that's how my opponent gets back into this game, right? Like that's the only way. That is such an insane exchange for them. So now they get to clear the Ren. Yeah, that's all sorts of trouble. I gotta stop the clock there. Sure, we're just gonna do this to like thin or whatever. We have a lot of very good draws here. That's not one of them. In fact, this is what we're gonna be pitching to the Liliana. I need protection from the ultimate with the Veil of Summer. Oh, my opponent's playing the basic mountain, interesting. So pitch this. Yeah. Yep. My opponent's draw better than mine this game. Snapcaster. Can we be the Liliana ultimate? Not sure we can beat the Lily ult. Yeah, we're gonna need to draw like exactly Snapcaster, I guess. Ugh. Zero of the land returns since it's also to the top. Yeah, that's Mystic Sanctuary. That's, yeah, like you see already how stretched our mana base is. We can't really afford to do that. Fear the Ruin kind of gets a little bit of the pass, but mostly because mostly because like the synergy with Ren is so good. But yeah, just have like an ETB tapped island that cannot cast Astral Abe is pretty bad. We're dead here, right? Do I even want to show my opponent the Pulse of Murasa? I kind of want to concede, just to conceal the information. If I had like a snake or a snapcaster in the graveyard, I would continue playing. But I guess I can play one more turn maybe. Like the aggro bolt. I mean, it makes sense. Like I'm down to 5, right? So yeah. So if they go for the ultimate here, I think I'm just gonna pack it in. Yeah, pulse returns creature or land. Oh, my bad. I misclicked there. It never doesn't matter. Whatever. Next game. I think we just do the same thing. Is Generous Gift better than the Verdict? Mm, it probably is. Keep. Hands great. Is again Mana Leak not good enough on the play? So the problem with Mana Leak is that it's such a bad top deck, and this matchup is about top decks so often that I just don't love having a card um, that is bound to be a terrible top deck when we're in a top deck world, like just like the one that we were in a second ago, right? Like Liliana just makes the games. Liliana just naturally turns the games into top deck wars, and Liliana is like such an important card in the matchup that I think it's not a good thing to try to like play the Liliana game basically. Just Oko the Bob here. Just elk it up. I guess I should have attacked, right? I'm not blocking because this I think can actually trade later in the game. Well, I guess that I'm actually gonna block because I'm gonna play the Tron next turn. So like I just don't want my opponent to be able to just bolt my Yoko and just move on with the life. This run is potentially problematic. Potentially, Inquisition's probably gonna snap the Snapcaster. Yeah, so they do take the snappy. I don't think I want to play the Thrun. Because if my opponent has a Liliana, it's very problematic to me, for me. So I think I'm just gonna create a food and just pass the turn. Play a tapped Temple Garden, just pass the turn. Because next turn I can protect the Tron with the Veil of Summer, so my opponent cannot Liliana minus me, and then the Tron kind of is gonna take over from there, because I'm gonna start making a horde of 3/3s with Oko. So I think that we could be in a fine spot here. Wasn't the Fang good to protect Thrawn? Yeah, but I also wanted to protect the Oko, right? Like Oko is going to be better at protecting the Thrawn than the Fang was going to be. All right, so there you see that we're gonna end up on that situation. Like my opponent's gonna bolt. So my opponent did had the bolt, so I managed to like gain a little bit more life off of this. Also off of this Oko than I would have otherwise. Well, now that my opponent went for this, I think that my line is changing here. And I'm just going to Jace minus on the Goif. This effectively time walks my opponent. They bolt the Jace, exactly, yeah. So they have to like answer the Jace instead of the Yoko. Which is a little bit annoying. But now like the Yoko is gonna go up to 4. So I guess that they can the Ravine can do stuff there. I think that we're fine. Ooh, I should have attacked the Ren. Oh, I misclicked there. I should have attacked the Ren. Ugh. Bad beats. Definitely should have attacked the Ren there. Okay, so my opponent's going to use their turn. Nope, they're not. I thought they were going to attack with the Ravine there. Well, the one of Verdict would be pretty good right now. That's a Lightning Bolt. That's not bad. So I think I bolt the Ren, the Bob. So we bolt Bob. We trade here. Create a food token. I guess I can actually protect. Yeah, so we're gonna get a basic forest. I guess basic island and basic forest here. Forest 1, 2, 3. Play Thron. Bolt. Bob. Pass the turn. And I did activate Oko, I think. Yeah, I did. All right. Still holding a Veil, so the only removal spell that matters is Lightning Bolt. They draw a card. Oko versus Ren. That is what's up. Yeah, I think my opponent should have definitely used their previous turn to Ravine away the Oko. Use the Ravine to attack the Oko and then just go from there. You attack me? Alright, I'll take it. Abrupt Decay. Sounds good. Not a big fan of my opponent's line right there. That's a Scavenging Ooze. So I can take my opponent's Goif, or I can take my opponent's ooze with Oko, or I can simply just attack with both at Ren, like with both foods at the Ren. I actually like that. So both foods are gonna go at Ren. Whoops, Ren. See what my opponent does. All right. And then I'm going to 1, 2, 3. Let's get back this Snapcaster Bolt use. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. Oh yeah, baby. Then we minus and then Snapcaster with the Jace next turn. Ho 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 ho, baby. Yeah, now I'm feeling pretty confident about this game. Why not plus Oko on the Goif? Because the Goif is not really doing anything, right? Like we have so many ways to mess around with Goif that it's not really doing anything. Like they play the Goif away, it just doesn't matter. I can trade them the food for the Goif. I can give them a Snapcaster for. I can give the Snapcaster for the Goif and then just minus on the Snapcaster. This is too much. This is too much. Oh, that's right. 3 power 3 or less. My bad. It was too much. Whew. Okay. I'm gonna take it down a notch there. Wow, I got too excited there. All right, so we're gonna Jace, bounce Goif again. We can Oko this Snapcaster. And then we can attack Ren. Attack Ren. Attack Ren? I guess attack Ren. Well, I guess, yeah, I think I'm going to do the opposite, actually. So attack Ren, Ren, Ren. So this kills the Ren. No, my opponent can attack either the Fairy or the Jace, but that's going to cost... Okay, so they do Revolt. Never mind. Never mind. Tron is dominating this battlefield, though. Annoying. Annoying. So my opponent has a beat land in hand. So let's start here. How do we manage this? I can tap and draw. Attack with the Tron at the Ren. Cryptic, tap, draw. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 13 damage that I have in play. So basically, if I wait one more turn, I just have lethal. That sounds better, actually. Yeah, so let's do that. So we just wait, and then we just like lethal my opponent on a single swing. Putting hand is in sets of 3, Goif and Ren. I guess so. My opponent drew their good cards in the matchup, and it just did not matter. That's a Raging Ravine. I think my opponent just noticed that they're going to be lethaled next turn. So they're trying to make a move, I guess. Okay. Alright, I mean, they just basically chump attacked, and then I traded, made a very poor trade. Yeah, this is, like, my opponent can't win anymore. Alright, 4-1. Oh, look at this. This is new. This is a new thing that they released, I guess? Sweet. Well, this deck was a blast. Jeez. The only thing that I was not a fan of was the mana base, but that is because the deck really relies on fetch lands. So I would like to have access to at least one more fetch land in order to help with consistency just a tiny bit more. Maybe that's supposed to be a temple garden. No, what would I cut? Maybe like a 23rd land. The thing is that 22 lands felt good for the most part. It's just like the colors can be rough. Like literally every single game that we lost was because we were not able to cast our spells. So yeah, that is the only thing that I would change. Besides that, everything else just felt excellent. The two lightning bolts were great. The 4-path, I think that I'd rather have access to 4-path over 4 lightning bolts in the current modern metagame. The ops were super meh, but it was nice to have something like we had like a Ren ultimate, and like the ops allowed us to like churn to our deck and get ahead that way. So yeah, like besides the lack of fetch lands, which I really wish we had access to one more, everything else in the deck felt very, very good and just like straight up powerful, honestly. What do you think about Skyshot Rachel the Flex also Family nowadays? I mean, I think that just having the diversification a little bit of having Skyshot Ranger instead of having the Gracer instead of Skyshot Ranger is just better. Cut an island for a rainforest and cut a force of negation for a cryptic. So I think that we are playing the minimum possible amount of basics. Like I don't think that we can play any less amount of basics than this. So I would not cut any basics, especially if we're running Field of Ruin. So the cuts would be either one of our shock lands or one of these guys, or just add a 23rd land. I'm not opposed to adding a 23rd land. Now, as far as adding another copy of Cryptic in place of Force of Negation, I'm honestly not sold about that. Like, we have a lot of ways to accrue the card advantage loss with Force of Negation way better than Cryptic. Maybe we could do, like, one here, and maybe we could, like, I would not be against cutting a Force of Negation, but I don't think that adding a Cryptic is what I would want to be doing. Casual Cantot we tighten by itself with Castle. It's something that a Gracer Explorer can't. Yes, but again, like Scout does that better. And what I mean is like I'd rather have access to diversify by having access to a Gracer. Gracer is excellent against like Burn and like a bunch of other matchups like John and stuff where the guaranteed land drop is so much more valuable than Gracer. Got that lost we had for a win, then we 5-0. Basically, good bunny, right? That's basically what happens. Cut force, add fetch, easy fix. I mean, yeah, that's one of the things that I was considering, honestly. You don't need 3 force. I know. Like, I like having 3 forces, but I don't need them. And what I do need is one more fetch land. And yeah, that's what we're doing. We're trying to figure out what that is. The third force was kind of nice, honestly. Like, I'm not against the third force. trying to think if there's anything else that we can do. Well, we could do something like this, for example, and just add probably Misty is the best fetch to add. Just add a Misty. Just play 23 lands. Because honestly, I feel like the mana base is great, but I would like to have access to more fetch lands. I don't know if this is greedy or if this is like the opposite of greedy, if it's like a little bit too conservative and like we need to be greedy with a deck like this. There were some cards decided seemed meh. I mean, Generous Gift was not stellar. I mean, but we kind of knew that a little bit, so I'm like I'm not surprised that this card was not incredible. I would definitely like to have access to something like an engineered explosives kind of thing. That's something that like whenever we played against humans, like our sideboard plans seemed terrible. Like it seemed so bad. Like all of our cards just didn't do anything. And we actually had a ton of cards in our main deck that we wanted to cut in order to just play better cards. The problem is like we just did not have better cards. So did you end up siding in Bloodman often? We sided it against Tron, we sided it against humans, and it was okay against Tron, but just because they mulled to 5, and then we just were able to capitalize on it, and it was not good against humans. Seems like a sweet deck just out of my budget. Oh yeah, it's definitely out of my budget too. I borrowed like one of these forces and two of these Teferis and all three of these Rents. These are not my cards. And I have a pretty extensive MTGO collection, but like I still don't own any of those cards, and I had to borrow them from some friends. One surgical, two rip seems odd. Gift seems bad. Thron seems kind of necessary. The idea for Thron was mostly like kind of a mirror breaker, and you just saw what it did against like John against those kind of decks. Thron actually does a lot of work. Shout out to Card and Keenan. Oh yeah, Card and Keenan were the ones that allowed me to play with this beauty today. Also, I just realized that we are like 3 hours into into the stream. I usually play 2 hour leagues with Amulet. This was a 3 hour league with this deck. Hashtag worth it. Cut a Ren if you have a fetch. No, Ren is extremely important. Ren is like a big part of why this deck is even possible. Like if Ren were not a card, like I don't think that we would be able to play this deck. Pretty much only play paper. I have a couple proper decks and MTGO, and that's about it. Yeah, I mean a lot of people don't play Moto, so just bought a second cover for Amulet. So have nice Pedro, yeah. The second cover is pretty necessary, I think, in the current metagame. Uh, yeah. So we add that land. We move the force to the sideboard, and then we're still doing fine in blue count for force, right? We should be doing fine. It's this 24. Yeah, we're definitely on like the minimum, but it's like it's reasonable for a control deck. So yeah, so I kind of want to play another league with this deck. Just take out the generous gift, and let's bring in engineered explosives. And Cavern is an investment, it will always go up. Yeah, that's possible. What is the worst card in my sideboard? I actually did really like the Celestial Purchase. Oh, Fry was the other card that we talked about. Fry was the other potential card that we talked about. I do like Pulse. We can probably shave the Tron. Rig the Fry and Stony can go. Cut the ribs for a surgical. No, so the thing is that this deck just loses to the graveyard decks, right? Like we cannot keep up with dredge and stuff. So you want the card that like beats those decks to the ground. So I think that the two rest in peace, one surgical kind of makes sense to an extent for rejection. Why rejection? Surgical snap, surgical beats dredge every time. I think I disagree. I strongly disagree. I think that dredge can beat surgical pretty reliably. Yeah, but I don't like rejection against the chalice on one deck, right? So I'm not particularly excited to play to bring in a ceremonious rejection against Eldrazi Tron. So it would be only for mono green Tron, and at that point, I just think that the force of negation that we're playing in sideboard is just better. So the Stony seems kind of reasonable though as a one-off. Maybe it is the card that needs to go. Maybe the Purge. It doesn't overlap with Fry, unfortunately for us. Try this instead. Maybe I'm just like, maybe I just should not be playing engineered explosives. Yeah, maybe I'm just like, let's just do this. I feel like I'm being too results oriented because of that humans matchup that we lost. What about the Helix plan that Perfect just? I think that Helix is super greedy in this matchup, in this deck. Like if you look at our mana base in all the games that we played, we had like Breeding Pool, Hallowed Fountain, Island, or like Breeding Pool, Hallowed Fountain, like Basic Forest. So having a card that in order to cast it, we need to either have astrolabes or we need to fetch awkward colors in order to make work. I don't think that I want Helix in this deck. Like this deck is base green and blue, and then it splashes white and red. So I don't think that we can really afford to splash a card that is both of our splash colors. Again, like our it's because of how Lightning Helix works, right? In order to cast Lightning Helix early, we're gonna need to like shock a bunch, and at that point, like we are just like we're just bolting ourselves. So the damage that the life that we're gaining, we're just like dealing the damage to ourselves anyway, right? So yeah, it is fine. We can make all the colors and everything, but all right, I'm gonna go with Purge. Cut the Purge. All right, this is the list that we're going to play for the next league. I'm going to take a very quick break. They're going to play some commercials, so check them out. That's like a way that you can use to support the stream. And I will be back very soon. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. I will be back with a second league, so make sure that you check out the description down below in order to find the link to it. And see you soon.